That's it. Yes, I'm supposed to say something about the upscale cruise market. Now, it's not very clear to me what upscale actually means, but I have understood that upscale means for financial heavyweights. Otherwise, I can't really see what upscale means, but I assume it means that you pay a lot of money for a certain cruise product. Now, where and when do people pay a lot more for a cruise product than for a normal standard cruise ship? There are basically two possibilities. It's either ultra luxury or it is adventure expedition. And I'd like to say a bit about both sectors and the developments in this year. And I'd also like to show you a bit about the expedition market and the difference there is between one expedition cruise and the other. As you will see on the pictures here, a simple expedition ship is very, very basic, and there are quite a few of them. Whereas on the luxury expedition side, there are very few ships, and the difference in price that they manage to get is actually not even that big. Because what you see is that the baby boomers and the adventurous people, that have money, they are really focusing on the destination and the adventure, and whether they sleep on a bench with hard mattresses or in a luxury cabin doesn't actually mean so much for them. That's for the time being the fact. I think that we'll see a development with more emphasis on luxury in the near future, and also for the owners of the expedition ships, it is a better deal to provide luxury expedition because you can get a little bit more money and the ships only cost a little bit more. Now, I'd like to show you some figures that we have been able to put together, which are figures that I assume you haven't been able to see anywhere else so far, because these figures are basically derived from the results we see from our clients. And you will see that the 2012 market can basically divide it in two sectors, in two niches, if you want to call it like that. Basically American-sourced clients and European-sourced clients. What we have seen in the ultra-luxury sector this year is excellent results for the companies that have American-based clients, which, as you know, is mostly Regency, Oceania, but also people like Viking River Cruises and some of the other luxury river cruise companies. They have had an excellent 2012. When we look at the European market, for reasons that we all know and that have been touched upon various times this morning, 2012 has been a difficult year for all European-sourced cruises, but maybe even more so for the luxury sector, because the luxury and ultra-luxury sector has sourced, I would say, most of its clients from the UK so far, with Germany definitely upcoming. And as we all know, the UK is one of the northern countries that is suffering most from the crisis today. So you can see here that when we look at the development of, let's say, the average daily rate for ultra-luxury cruise passengers, that rate actually has gone down over the last couple of years. And from what we can see, next year we'll not yet see a major upturn. 2014 looks better. So we're hopeful. Competition is not increasing much. There are hardly any ultra-luxury cruise ships under construction. You know, the Europa 2 is under construction, and one ship for Compagnie du Ponant, and that's basically it. I believe Regency is still not confirmed, the next order. Then when we look at the expedition market, that shows a different picture. As mentioned earlier, the people that want to have an adventure and want to have an expedition, they basically don't have too much of a choice. They can either go for a very simple product, or they can go for a luxury product, and the price difference isn't even that huge. And what we have seen is that with the disappearance from Russian ships due to the new regulations, the fleet has become quite small, and you can see that for a simple expedition vessel, people in 2011 have been paying between $600 and $650 per person a day, and this year it's even a little bit more. We see the same development on the luxury side. There, the trend is continuously upward, and with the cost of new expedition vessels, whether luxury or non-luxury, I believe that this trend will only continue, and the luxury expedition cruise and the simple expedition cruise will get more expensive by the year. I've also made a little split, because we all know that Antarctica is the most expensive, and you can see that the average Antarctic price for a cruise is about 15% above the average, and the Arctic is 15% under the average, and I'm not talking about the repositionings, which of course are much cheaper. So basically, I would like to end with the human factor, because I think this has been undervalued, underexposed in these meetings. We all talk about beautiful ships. We like to show pictures of luxurious interiors and expedition ships with all sorts of features. But one should not forget that apart from, well, what is luxury? I mean, luxury is space for some people. Luxury means no worries. But luxury means, above all, having good service and being pampered. And whether the ship is very luxurious or not, in the end, it is the human factor that counts. What is the service? What kind of shore excursions do you get? How many polar bears do you see? That's more important than if the bank or your bed has an X or Y mattress. That's what counts. And we have seen expedition ships with a lazy crew where the Zodiacs stayed on the top deck for about 10 days. That may be an expedition ship, but that's not what you're paying for. You're paying for seeing animals, for adventures, for participating in interesting excursions. And therefore, I believe that we should focus more and put more emphasis on the human factor in expedition and luxury cruising. Thank you.